Okay, so today our learning target is I can find the percent of a number. Okay, and so what we're looking at is reminding ourselves that every percent is out of 100. So this is really 3 out of 100. So 3 out of every 100. Okay, well, that's just a division problem, right? So 3 divided by 100. If you punch that into your calculator, what you're going to find out is that that comes out to 0.03. And essentially what has happened, and this is going to be the case with every single percent, there is a decimal to the right of the 3, and it moved 2 places to the left. Every single percent can be written as a decimal by moving the decimal 2 places to the left. And we don't multiply by percents, we multiply by the decimal equivalent. And that's why we went through the whole converting from fraction to decimal and decimal to percent and so on. Okay, so every percent is out of 100. So every one of them we're going to be dividing by 100 technically, but you can use the shortcut of simply moving the decimal 2 places to the left. Okay, and then all we're doing is taking that new decimal and we're multiplying by the value that they give us. So if I pull out my calculator and I go 0.03, you have to make sure you have the 0 in there for this particular problem, times 17.25 equals, and 3% of 17.25 is 0.5. We can round it to 2. It actually comes out to 0.5175. Okay, and it all depends on where you're being asked to round. And what we see here is we're being asked to round to the nearest hundredth. Hundredth is the second decimal place. Okay. So I'm going to do number 2 and 3, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip every other one. I'm going to do the odd ones, and I want you during class to try to do the same process with the even ones. Okay, but I'm going to do 2 and 3 just so we get a better flow of the process. So again, we're thinking about this being divided by 100. You don't have to divide it every time, as long as you remember that the decimal, which is to the right, is moving 2 places to the left. So that becomes 0.28, and we're multiplying that by 2.97. So I take my calculator, 0.28 times 2.97 equals 0.83. Comes out to 0.831, so we leave the 3 a 3. Okay, so this is good practice for us for rounding too. I've already converted this one to a decimal, 0.91 times 9.45. Now this one we should end up with a whole number because we're almost taking 100% of that number. 91% is pretty close to 100%, so we should end up with a whole number in front of the decimal, to the left of, if you will, times 9.45 equals 8 and we're going to have to round this one. It actually comes out 8.599. This 9 causes the other 9 to go up, but that causes the 5 to go up, so it's actually going to be 8.60. Okay. So what I would like you to do now is pause the video and try number 4. And you should be back now. Number 5. Convert to decimal, 0.72 times 5.2. Again, it's just 2 places to the left. And remember, if you move 2 places to the left and there wasn't a second digit there, you have to put a 0 in between the decimal and the original. So here we have 0.72 times 5.2. And that gives me 3.74. Pause the video, do number 6. And you're back for number 7. Number 7, 24%. Again, 2 places to the left. 0.24 times 75.86. 0.24 times. If only I could write and type on the calculator at the same time. Comes out to 18.21 rounding. It came out to 0.206. The 6 causes the 0 to go up to a 1. Pause the video, do number 8. And you're back for number 9. 67% becomes 0.67 times 29.01. And that gives us 19.44. Pause the video again, do number 10. And you're back for number 11.